Yeah, hi, this is SY Sublime, and today's projects are I'm going to flatten out the lead keel. This is part of my lead keel here. I got a bit of a ridge, so I've made some cuts, and I'm cutting out all these small little lead risers that just to tidy it up a little bit. So yes, for all the safety nellies out there, yes, I'm not wearing a respirator. I really don't care about having children, so don't care about the safety part really. So now I got the my drawers done for here. Got one more to put in there, and I got two up inside there as well. So I got my drawers done, and I'm gonna be doing the bench seat, finishing off the bench seat today, and then I'm just gonna be cleaning this up. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be I've got a bunch of projects today that will be on this video. So I'm going to flatten out the keel so it's nice and flat, so this does not rise up, and put a hole in my collapsible black water tank. Then I'm going to be fiberglassing over the top of it and make it nice and smooth, and then I'm going to be gel coating it as well. So right now I'm just going to be cutting all this lead off and getting it nice and flat. And I'm going to put some epoxy filler in there and fill it, and then make it just all neat and tidy. And I'm going to clean this up too, because the tank's pretty big. And then I've got two pieces of 2x4 to put in here and here. This is my project that I'm going to do tonight. I'm probably going to be working till maybe 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, something like that. So I've got lots of work to get done. Flatten this out. I didn't want to use a sander or a grinder because yes, it'd be quicker, but there will be, lead dust flying anywhere, and I really want to be able to reuse this lead for either making fishing weights or I don't know, dive weights or whatever I want to use it for. So anyway, I'll get back to you once this is done. Okay, I've got all the pieces cut up. A good pound there. Anyway, so I got all the pieces cut off, level it out a bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some epoxy filler. I don't clean it all up, of course. I'm going to mix up some epoxy filler and just fill out all the blanks, the spots that are high and low, and so it fits nice and flat. Then I'm going to fiberglass over the top of it. So, damn, my hands are... So yeah, I cut it with a rigid vibro saw thing. These are great. These are excellent. The battery ones are good, but you know what? When you need that extra power, the corded ones are the best, I think. Anyway, so I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and then I'm gonna do a little bit more cleanup work yet, and then I'm gonna get this done. Okay, so I have the area cleaned out with have it all cleaned out with a vacuum cleaner, and I flattened it down a little bit. So the next thing is I'm gonna test fit the black water tank carefully that it doesn't snag on anything. These wires are actually going to get drill some holes through the floor studs and get these wires up off the ground. They go up to my mast, and then once I get those drilled in, those wires hooked up where they're going to go, I will be doing the what's his name now. I will be drilling, just filling this in with epoxy. That'll take it'll be overnight to do that. And then tomorrow I will be fiberglassing in there. Oh, maybe I'll fiberglass tonight. No, I have to do it tomorrow because I left all some of my fiberglass, my fiberglass at home. So I'll be fiberglassing tomorrow this. So once I get this done to the point where I have to do it tomorrow, then I'll be coming over later tonight. I'll be putting this back together, this bench back together. So I'll be doing this later tonight. Got some wallpaper repair to do on both ends. I'll be doing that as well, and that's it for this part. So anyway, so I got the water bladder fitted where it's going to fit. I think it looks pretty good. This is the Norta 14.5 gallon black water diesel tank. So this is where it's going to fit in here. I may have to get a 90-degree nozzle for this one. So I think I'm going to do a 90-degree nozzle for the vent. And then, so these points over here are going to be secured down. I'm going to put some pieces of plywood down and put some bolts through it, and just use wing nuts to secure this down so it doesn't slide around. And then underneath here, these wires of course are going to be suspended. I'm just going to go underneath here. I think it's going to fit out pretty good. It's going to be pretty good under there. Awesome. So now that that's now that that's in position, I'm going to take it out and drill the holes for the masthead wires to be suspended off the floor. Alright, I've drilled out, there's more holes here. I drilled out some holes here, and there's one there, and there's one over here somewhere. Oh no, there's one over here somewhere, on the other side. So now I'm going to put those, hang those, actually I've got a, I'm going to actually paint these first. I'm going to paint these up, and then I'm going to figure out how to do that. So what I might do now is I have a piece of 2x4 that has to go along here, from here to here. I think I'm going to mark it, put it in there, and then I'm going to mark it, and then notch it out a little bit so it sits back a bit. And then I'll paint, take it off, and I'll paint these and make them all pretty, make them all rot resistant or termite. Hopefully the termites won't get in there. That's what I'm going to do now.